Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Geeks and Degenerates. We did the original Ghostbusters yesterday, now we're doing Ghostbusters Afterlife. With me is Nina and John. How are you guys?
I'm doing good, doing
We're
good.
doing good. Supposedly today is very cold, so Jom
Yeah.
and I decided to wear hoodies.
Yes.
Well, it's an all black day for us. Or I can't tell. Are you wearing blue, Enzo?
It's a black.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay. We all
Okay.
match. We all match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all match you.
Since it's so cold, I decided to shed my hair, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of counterproductive, but you look good. Just saying, you really look good.
Okay.
I like it. No, I legit, I like it.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
being sarcastic here, like I always am.
So, this movie got mixed reviews, and like it turned out, I'm like, I can't see the problem. Not really.
I don't have major problems.
I don't have major problems. I do have some problems. We just
A few gripes here and there,
like-
but like overall,
yeah, but
this
like
isn't bad.
what- when people say it was like, oh, it's disappointing, I'm like, not really,
Yeah.
because we might actually get, from the ending, we might actually get a continuation with the Ghostbusters.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, same with the original cast too. Of course, the main character of this movie, whatever her name is, what's her name?
McKenna
Phoebe.
Grace.
Oh, that girl, the girl who plays every backstory.
Yeah, every little girl of every
Yeah.
backstory.
Yeah, like for sure, I think they're gonna wait for her to like grow up a bit so she could join Bill Murray and the Dan Aykroyd and like the rest to fight the ghosts in New York.
And the rest, there's only one more after that.
Am I missing anybody?
Yeah.
Egon's dead.
No!
Yeah, I wonder who the other one is.
Winston,
Who's the
fuck.
fourth?
Shit.
That's like,
Bob.
Enzo and I were both laughing. Like, I really had to hold it, and I was like, no, who's gonna tell
Bob,
him
Bob.
that there's only one more left?
I'm like, the rest. I'm like, the rest. Who?
I'm like, the rest? Who's missing?
Unless
huh?
Dana's joining anytime soon.
No,
I
no,
don't think this-
I was talking about like Nick Wolfhard and like the waitress.
Nick Wolfhard.
Nate
Who
Wolfhard.
fit? It's
Finn
Nick.
Wolfhard. Who's Nick?
Who's Nick?
Who are these names?
These names, bro. These names.
Now it's your turn to
Finn
mumble
Wolfhard.
stuff.
Sorry, my
Dude,
bad.
and
Finn Wolfhard.
by the way, it's 11:30 right now. Jobber has been awake for a number of hours. I don't know where this came from.
Right.
No, do you not see my eyes right now?
Anyway, I like how it starts. Like, they don't right away shove, memories down your face. You're like, remember the Ghostbusters?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, kinda. We just see Egon like running away from something,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah, but like you see the trap, you see like well, he was wearing a specific outfit, right? It was still technically just kind of like a regular outfit. It wasn't the
think he
janitorial suits.
I think he might have been wearing the janitorial suits because when he later on to the movie, he's wearing it.
Maybe we don't
Maybe
know.
it was dark.
Perhaps.
We don't know, but like, well, I get it with Enzo. It's kind of just like, hey, remember this? Like he literally like holds it up
He
like
holds it
this. And I get what he's saying. I was also kind of like, oh my god, it's a trap. Oh my god, because like unlike the other two, I wasn't here. I was obviously not here for the original Ghostbusters review, so I didn't actually end up watching it. So the last time I'd watched it was years ago.
Yeah.
And it brings us to like my first thought, like, so I was watching it with someone else, right? Someone who had not watched the original, has had no connection with any of the original, like, where the original movie. So I was kind of like, I needed to hear from them, like, hey, for someone who didn't get to watch the original, what do you feel watching this? And the first, I hope it's okay if I can just go into my gripe already, kind of, but like not without talking about the plot just yet. The first thing that they had told me after we finished watching the movie, well, I told them is like, I don't know how you're gonna enjoy this movie if you didn't watch the original.
Yeah, that,
Like it's actually a little like beyond the plot. Like in the first hour, I kind of told myself like nothing's really happening. Like we're just getting like Easter eggs, and sure we're setting up the plot, you know, and all of that. But it's just kind of like, hey, remember the Cadillac? Hey, remember the trap? Hey, remember the outfit with the crunch and the glasses? You know, like it's clear that you have to watch this movie. You have to have some sort of connection to the original movies. Like you can't really, you know, and the appeal. The reason that I'm gonna give it the score, I already thought about the score that I was gonna give it. The reason I'm giving it the score that I am is because I have the connection. It's really hard to connect to everyone else if you don't have some sort of prior history with them, and it's really hard. I was like, oh, something fell. Oh my god, my Vicks fell into my milk. No. Yeah, my Vicks here.
No, I mean like now you got minty milk.
Yeah, I know. I'm very upset about it. What a waste of cereal. But anyway, speaking on it, it was really hard. I was like, shit, how's anybody else gonna have to like I get why people may give it mixed reviews, because in fairness, the movie is kind of just a big nostalgia bomb, but not in a bad way, not in the we're gonna cash grab this shit. Because in fairness, Dan Aykroyd was an executive producer. He was a part of the team that created this movie. You know, and I was like, oh, maybe, you know, and they, of course, the whole For Harold thing fucking made me cry and shit. You know, because hearing that he had passed and everything like that was so sad and tragic. So yeah, what did you guys think when you were watching the movie?
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Okay,
like if you haven't seen the original, it's like going from not seeing any of the original Star Wars to watching The Force Awakens. You're like, who the fuck are these
Yeah,
people?
what does this matter?
Okay, no, I mean, I'll give the sequel trilogy this. A lot of the time, it is not like how would I say this? Somewhat not really nostalgia bait. Like a lot of the times, like, oh, you don't need an explanation why Luke is there. You know, like, or they're like, oh, here's like this little item that you remember from the old movies, right? Here it is. But this movie kind of did that a lot of the time. I don't know about
it was
the
a
whistle.
lot of that.
I don't know about the whistle. Is that a thing?
No. I
No,
don't think
if
so.
you'd watched it, then I doubt that. You guys having watched the original and it not being relevant, I get it. I think it was just a joke. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love inside jokes here and there, and the crunch, like what Nina mentioned, was like, yeah, and the "Are you a god?" joke. I was like,
Yeah.
if nobody saw the original, you're not gonna get these jokes. And especially with the main villain here, like, wait, who played as the main villain, by the way?
It was Olivia Wilde.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
back.
Olivia Wilde was in it, and J.K. Simmons. What do you mean she's
Yeah.
back? What do you
I
mean
don't know, I
she's
haven't
back?
You haven't
She
seen her in a
was, she
lot
was
of
born
things.
when the original came out.
No, I mean like
You haven't seen her in
No.
a while.
I haven't seen her in a while
Oh.
since Tron Legacy.
Yeah,
Chill.
that's true. That's true. I was like, what do you mean? She was born when the trilogy came out, and J.K. Simmons was in it too. Surprisingly,
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
because like the person I was watching it, they were like, oh, like isn't that like the guy from Whiplash? And I was like, no way.
Right,
And I
I'm like-
googled it, and I was like, no way.
Unlike that, surprisingly, he looks like J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
And when he wakes
And
up, I'm
you're
like,
it is.
it is! And then he gets split apart, like, oh, okay. I guess he's gone.
See, that's the thing that I was surprised by, because like my assumption was, oh, the big names that we were bringing back in were, besides the original three, would be Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, and Paul Rudd, of all people, Paul Rudd. You know, I thought that was the end of like the big names we were gonna see, but I was like, the Gozer looking ass bitch.
Gozer
Is
looking
somebody
ass bitch.
I know, Gozer looking ass bitch. I know her, and I was like, "This shit is on. What is Olivia Wilde doing here?" Right? I was like, of all the things, this,
And
like in that goofy ass outfit, really?
Hey, it looked good compared to the
I mean,
one in
it
the
looked-
80s.
I mean, of course, everything looked good because we're in freaking 2021. You know, filmed in 2020s. I'd be
With like the
surprised.
flat top.
Yeah, what the hell was that? But yeah, please
Also-
continue.
the voiceover was some commander from The Expanse. So if you're a fan of that, that's her.
Yeah, The Expanse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her voice was completely different compared to
The original.
Olivia Wilde's.
Yeah.
I mean, the original, did she speak?
the
Yeah,
original
she
Gozer?
asked if
Yeah.
are you a god?
Are
Yeah.
you a god? and then die. But going into the plot a bit, like, since you already mentioned that Egan's grandkids and his daughter moved to this Smallville-looking town, and they live in this farm.
I mean, it's literally Somerville.
Yeah.
It's literally called Somerville.
Like, they stay on this dirt farm. He's known as a dirt farmer, and then McKenna Grace goes to school with podcasts and Paul Rudd. I forgot his name, Mr. Gruber.
Gruberson.
Yeah,
Gruberson.
Yeah, Gruberson.
Gary Gruberson.
Yeah, Gary
What's the name?
Gruberson. I was like, his parents hated him. Already had the last name Gruberson, gave him the name Gary.
Gary.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I was like, I don't care. It's Paul Rudd. If Paul Rudd had the ugliest name, I'd still tap that. I was like,
That's
no.
true. And the man's 50.
Yeah, the man is
Damn,
50.
you look good.
He's great. Like, and when, like, just as a really quick side thing, like, when he was wearing, like, the dad outfit, like, the freaking, like, shorts, like, the cargo shorts and, like, the ugly Hawaiian shirt with the keys, like, hanging off the belt loop, I was like, still would get that.
Did you see his arms?
He could get any.
You
Huh?
can see Nina's degeneracy coming up.
Did you see
See
his?
his forehead of this.
Did you see his fucking
What?
arms when he's disarming the trap for Gozer?
Yeah,
Like,
I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I know, I was like, that's the Ant-Man coming through. There's the Ant-Man.
Oh, okay, got it.
Wait, another really quick side thing, because
Yes, ma'am.
really, I saw it's so it's so freaking hilarious. I realized why I liked Paul Rudd and why a lot of women find him attractive is because Paul Rudd has the personality of a kid who had to develop a personality because he was ugly as a kid. You
Was he
know,
ugly
you
as
know
a
this.
kid?
I don't know. He was very handsome when he was playing in Clueless, like many
Right.
years ago. But you know what I'm talking about. He has the humor of a person who had to develop it
Develop-
because that's all he had if he wasn't hot. Like, you know what I mean? You know
I
that
know what
personality.
you're talking about. I know that.
and
I was
that's
like-
the
Like
thing.
all
because
with the
not-
charisma.
Yeah,
I was
it
like, he
always
looked
has the
fine in
charisma.
Halloween. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but like I
No,
read,
no,
like you
no,
know,
but
like as a
she-
kid, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
like
like
God knows
the-
what he looked like as a kid.
Like us having like that classmate who was like kind of chubby, has like a weird nose, but he's really funny.
Funny, yeah, he's
Yeah.
really funny, and
Like
then
he has that kind of personality.
yeah, and then he grew up and got hot. So not only is he now both incredibly hot, which in fairness he has been hot since like a long while ago, since like the freaking 90s, I don't know, 90s or even older. You know, like ever since he's been on screen, he's always been hot. It's just that for whatever reason, he's hot and has a great personality. He gives like I think the term now is like golden retriever energy, and that's why a lot of people are into him now.
Why is it called golden retriever energy?
No, because like golden retrievers are kind of like the typical, not typical, but like the stereotypical personality of a golden retriever is like kind of like a very like head empty but very happy to be here kind of
Ah, okay,
idea.
got it,
Like,
got
I
it.
don't really know what's going on, but I'm happy to be here and I'm here
I
for you.
see that with Paul Rudd. I see that with
Yeah,
Paul
that's
Rudd.
so you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
So not
yeah.
only is he incredibly hot, he's got incredible charisma, and it's just like, you know,
Also,
it's over.
the
Yeah, go
kid's-
ahead.
The kid's mom is Carrie Coon, who's
Yeah, Carrie
done
Coon. Yes, oh my god.
incredible work in The Leftovers, Gone Girl, and Infinity War. So I'm glad to see she's in this one.
Who's she in Infinity War?
Who is she in Infinity War?
You really don't know?
Wait, I
No.
forgot. No.
She's the one who fought Black Widow and Scarlet Witch during the Battle of Wakanda.
Oh, really? Oh, the alien lady
Yeah.
with the
Oh.
weird looking horns.
Sorry,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, sorry, we couldn't tell Carrie Coon in a freaking CGI outfit.
I guess I'm really
Yeah,
good
she had
for-
makeup on. You go fuck.
Not
I-
even. That was full CGI.
I guess
Like, I
I'm
bet
really
she
good
was
with
in a freaking
voices.
green suit.
Re-
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Oh
what-
yeah, sorry, we couldn't recognize the voice.
Like I
In a
swear,
movie
if,
stacked.
if we didn't know that Paul Bettany was gonna be Vision, we would have not known that was Paul Bettany underneath the entire like
You
makeup
say
shit.
Paul Botany.
Wait, how do you say?
Bethany.
Bettany.
I saw
Paul
Nina's
Bettany.
face. I'm like, she's gonna die.
Well, I don't know what's up with your names today.
I'm trying not to like. I'm trying not to call
No,
you
no,
guys out
please.
all the
Call
time.
me
No,
out.
no,
If
but
it's,
it's
if
just
it's a wrong
no. It's just
pronunciation,
I
just
want
call me
to
out.
see how far you'll take it. Like I want to see how many times you'll say it
Exactly.
before you think there's something wrong with what I'm saying. You know, I
Yeah.
wanted to see.
You're looking to murder
All
Jomar's
Bethany, all Botany, sorry.
You're looking to murder Jomar's second time this week.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I have a third strike. If I
Yeah,
have
you
one
have a
more, I'm out of this podcast.
Sorry, if you want to catch what we're talking about, watch our DVD episode.
Oh my god.
Watch our DVD. But anyway, I feel like the appeal of the movie really went down to the cast and the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? Like, I talked a lot, an extensive amounts.
I forgot what the question was.
I do
What
like
was the question, Enzo?
I do like the newcomers like McKenna Grace and Finn Wolfhard. I thought they brought their characters added new elements to this world, and like I do like Phoebe's like arc as a character, going from this, she's still like awkward by the end, but like her confidence grows and like, oh, I know who I'm supposed to be, or like what I want to be, which is the Ghostbuster, and to follow in my grandfather's footsteps. I wish they fleshed out some more characters, like Lucky. I'm like, she's just the titular girlfriend character for Finn Wolfhard. And podcast, I'm like, he doesn't have that much development.
Yeah,
No,
for
not at
someone who
all.
was in the movie a lot, he surprisingly just stayed the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does he call it? Oh my god. No, sorry. Go
He
ahead,
has a
Jumper. You
podcast.
first. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
his
that's
parents
like
didn't call him that.
It's like peak grade 6, like grade 6 middle school humor, because I was like, remember when we would like everything that he did, I cringed inside because I said I feel like I would have done that if I had to.
We would
Yeah.
have done this.
It's either we have done that or we would have if we weren't like at some point like whatever. But
Us
yeah, Jumper.
changing our name. And
Yeah,
I don't
like-
know, to be honest, I like podcasts. Like,
No, I like the
I want him
podcast.
on our podcast.
Yeah, I like the podcast too. Like I found him to be a very likable character. But beyond like in fairness, when I think about it, nobody really had a distinct character arc. There was no sense of like a character went through something to change it to be better. Even McKenna Grace's character, for as much as Enzo, yeah, she did kind of get more confident, but like she never really. She was really witty already.
That is
She was
true,
already an
yeah.
incredibly witty young girl.
Yeah.
Sure, she had dumb jokes, but I think that was just a part of like her grandfather's whole shtick. And did you guys tell immediately that it was that Harold Rabus's character was going to be the grandfather or is the grandfather of
The
the
moment
other
the
two?
opening happened, I'm like, oh, okay, I see where this is going.
No, because he had the glasses on. You saw.
Yeah, he had the glasses,
Yeah.
and I actually found it quite cute because McKenna Grace is, I think, a natural blonde, and I've only ever seen her blonde in her movies. So seeing her with dark curly hair and glasses, on top of Finn Wolfhard being the brother, I said, yeah, probably Harold Ramis's characters.
Yeah, they like
The
this.
grandkids, like they really like push it in. Like Carrie Coon was just kind of a random like genetics probably took from her mom.
Yeah.
But like clearly that these are his grandkids kind of deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also with the mom, like when she's like, she has her own problems with Egon, and like she sees that wall of photos. I'm like, I think it's gonna take more time than just a bunch of random photos for someone.
Yeah, to be like, I
okay.
love my
Yeah.
grandfather,
Yeah.
I forgive him. I'm like, yeah, because the person I was watching it with too, like, I didn't really say anything because whatever, right? I have my own issues to deal with. I don't need to deal with Carrie Coon's issues. like the person I was watching with was like, that's still bad. That doesn't make him like
I
any
was
less
also
of an
thinking the same
absentee
thing. I was like-
father.
I was like, this does not matter.
Yeah, like,
Dude was still not there.
yeah, exactly. And like a part of me was like I had to try to think on it on both ends. Like, okay, I kind of get it. Like he had to sacrifice his family to save the world at the behest of leaving everybody he loves. But I'm also like, man's gonna just move with his family too.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I guess
what was
like,
stopping you from moving your family or at least keeping contact consistently?
I was gonna say, I was like, you could have the argument of like, oh, you could move with your family, but you gotta keep them away from danger, and that's very close to danger. But then again, keep in contact at least.
Yeah,
Write them
it's
a
not-
letter why you're doing
So why
this.
is he
not like you're-
completely absentee?
It's not like you're running from the mafia. It's just ghosts.
Right? So also just saying, like, speaking of the mom, I love this one scene that made me laugh a bit where Finn Wolfhard was like, oh, what? We don't have cash? I thought we had money. And I was like, yeah. And then I had kids. And then
that made me laugh too.
and then Phoebe was like, well, you were never really good with money. I was like, thanks, Phoebe. I was like, fuck you, you started it.
I think I appreciate Carrie Coon's character for the fact that she was like, it was very much like, I'm a tired mom that still loves her kids, but clearly has had enough bullshit in her life.
Yeah, she said
Like it's
oh,
quite a likable.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just quite a likable character for me.
Oh yeah,
Like,
but I mean, there's some points I questioned her parenting skills. I was like,
yeah, I was like,
you're supposed to say these words in front of your 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, I get that too. Like, it's kind of just like, kind of parent, but I'd rather a parent that tried than her dad who just didn't even show
did.
up. Again, didn't even show up. It was like, that doesn't forgive anything.
Going back a
Yeah.
bit, did you recognize Janine at the start? I'm like,
Yes, I did.
fuck.
I was like,
Yeah, Janine, yeah. Had to Google
Hey.
it though. I was like, no freaking way.
like, you look pretty good. You haven't really aged that much. Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Good for you. But I think, yeah, in terms of like characters, no one really had like, even the people who had the most screen time didn't develop the way that they should have. Like I feel like, yeah, at the end of the day, this movie is just the clear nostalgia bomb of, and also attempt to is this a reboot? Have they confirmed that this is a reboot, or
I think
just kind of like a one-off?
More of a reboot.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Just, like,
but-
not like in the sense of 2016 where it's like a complete retelling of the tale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this is whatever the girl Ghostbusters should have been. Like, if we wanted a reboot of something that, like, this is kind of an average reboot in the sense of, like, this, like, it should be kind of a spiritual successor. Like, it should come from the love of the original work. Because for me, when I was watching this, I could tell, yeah, there was a lot of love that was put into this. Sure, it felt, you know, we could always have the argument that it's very crash grabby, that it's very
nostalgia
that it's
bait.
like nostalgia bait, and yeah, sure, fine, you can have that, but there's also clearly love into that was put into this, you know, and it's less of a cash grab than freaking whatever 2016 was.
Yeah, and speaking of
You know?
which, the effects in this one I think will age much better in 2016. Because when I brought back Zoo, I'm like, I think that's the same puppet or like an upgraded version of the puppet.
Dude, like, well, yeah, when they brought Zool, I was like, this is what Jurassic World should have been.
Right?
That was in my. I was like, this is what
Wait,
they
Jurassic
should have
World,
fucking
like,
done.
like the Chris Pratt one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Wait,
like,
why
like,
was it bad? Was the CGI
no,
bad?
it was just too much CGI.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it was
kind of-
too much.
Over reliance.
Yeah, over reliance on CGI, where like you kind of lost the magic of like, oh, it's a puppet, and I would love to see this thing in real life, knowing that it's real. And that was my thing as a kid. And now we say Zool, and it's like eating dog food, and like I was like, that's really good.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
my eyes took a minute to adjust. I'm like, oh my god, that thing is real.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
is
real?
that
I
CG?
thought that was CG. No way.
I was
I
thinking
still
it was
thought that was
CG.
CG.
I think it's a mix
like-
of like real and CG. When it's like,
Oh yeah, when it's chasing Paul
Yeah.
Rudd.
yeah. But like in the moment, oh, I didn't even know that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my god, I get that. Mhm.
We also get that scene. Speaking of that scene where Paul Rudd's in the grocery. He like sees it and it roars. He just tosses the
It's
Baskin
surprising.
Rob.
First, I was like, this is definitely a Baskin Robbins bait, but did make me want Baskin Robbins, so it worked.
That's true.
But I do like the flavor he called out. Jamocha, top shit, guys. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, but like, I was like, honestly, I think one of my favorite sequences, beyond the whole final 15 minutes of the movie, was definitely Paul Rudd's like whole shtick with all of the Stay Puft, like the Stay Puft marshmallows. That was adorable. That was adorable. I was like, my heart.
I love
they had
that
no
whole
sense
sequence.
of self-preservation though. I'm like,
Exactly.
No, not at all.
I was
No,
like,
that
this is
was
kind of
fun.
morbid. I'm like, you know, like when it was walking into the grill, or like
maybe
when
one of them was
making.
sworn.
There's more, or like when the other one was in the blender.
Blender.
At first, I was like, it's gonna die immediately, but no. At first, it was doing pretty well, and then it just like, and then like, and then its face popped up, and I was like, it's so cute.
It's like
Oh,
it's like the Last Jedi with the Porg and the lightsaber. I'm like, okay.
oh no. No, but like I do love that one where they're riding the Roomba and then they run over one of them. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
and
my
I was
god.
like, did anyone see like? That's not just me. That's its entrails on the floor.
Yeah, so I was like, this is a cute but fucked up scene, and I
Yeah, like if they have any sense of pain, that would go a lot more differently.
This would
Okay,
be
yeah,
rated
it'd be way
differently.
different. It would have been way different if they're like, right, you see them with a skewer and then it goes through like 3 of them.
Yeah, I was like,
And if one of them went, ah! I was like, it would be a completely different movie.
yeah, different scene. Yeah, exactly.
My daughter's like, like, okay, you do you.
You
No,
do.
no, they're smiling. They're still smiling. I'm like,
Why is he
okay.
smiling? Yeah.
And then Zul and Vince possess the mom and Paul Rudd. I do love the callback. There's no mom, there's only Zul. I'm like, that's so timeless.
I also love the whole shtick with the with the mom character, Carrie Coon's character, like being in a dress, like ripping it off and being in a dress while beating Paul Rudd, and I was like, huh.
No, okay.
Like, because the person I was watching it was like, what's the relevance of the dress? And then them doing it, I was like, you'll see.
No, it's like a ritual, but like,
Yeah,
it's also kind of weird because
yes.
Carrie Coon's character goes to podcast and is like, "Are you the key master?" I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
no,
whoa.
no."
I thought I was the only one who felt uncomfortable. I was like, child.
Right?
FBI.
Because the point of it was to be a joke of like an innuendo about sex, and then it was literal, just sex. And now that she said it to podcast, I was like, hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
No, stop that.
No.
Again, go back a bit, like when she's in prison and the guy's like, who are you gonna call? I'm like, I think I know where this is going.
Honest, I kind of got weirded out because I said to myself, like, of all the characters that could have ended up saying that in this movie, it had to be, and I'm sorry to say, the random sheriff,
Right?
like who had no connection whatsoever to the plot until now, says the pivotal line.
That's weird. Like,
Make it make sense, right? I was like, like you couldn't have McKenna Grace say it. You couldn't fit it in somewhere for Finn Wolfhard's character, Carrie Coon's character.
Or might as well Dan Aykroyd when he was
Dan
like, on the
Aykroyd,
phone.
when he was there.
Yeah.
Like, oh lordy, I was like, of all the people to say that pivotal line, it had to be Random Man. But whatever, I
Sheriff
guess.
number 1.
Yeah, Sheriff number 1.
yeah.
But whatever.
Do you recognize the actor though? I think he was in Spidey Homecoming.
Yeah, he is the Shocker.
Yeah. After the white man got obliterated by the Vulture.
Yeah.
I was about to say fuck. I'm like, nope, that's the wrong wing character.
Also, did okay? This is just for you and me, Enzo. I'm sorry, but like, did you recognize the store clerk?
No.
Who's the Starkler?
No, the one where
Yeah, the one
the
who
mom's buying paint and then the store
yeah,
clerk.
who's the Starkler?
Oh yeah, he was fuck, what's his name again?
Tracy Letts.
Sorry, Tracy Letts. He's Ford from Ford versus Ferrari.
Gunnar.
Yeah, he's Henry Ford.
Son of
The
a
second.
bitch.
Yeah,
No, I'm like, why do I see such a familiar face without the beard?
right. I was like, I know you.
It's really
You're that
interesting.
asshole.
Because if you think about it, right, like it's kind of interesting that there's so many big faces in this movie.
Mhm.
Like majority of the characters, even the side characters who don't get a lot of screen time, are pretty big. I mean, J.K. Simmons and Olivia Wilde aren't exactly in the movie a lot, but damn if they're not pretty well known
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's,
of all people.
I'm guessing J.K. Simmons was filming No Way Home while he was here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
um,
Schedule
But
was
yeah, I did you guys last thing? Did you guys finish the first first post credit scene?
There was a second?
No, the first one. Or
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
the one with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute. I was like, it was so funny because like again, person I was watching with asked me, oh, what's the relevance of like the whole card thing and the whole, and I had to explain to them like, oh, it's how the first movie started off, you know,
Yeah.
because that's how they were researching into the supernatural and all of the whole psychic shit, you know,
No, when
and
you,
then
And like fuck
and
Bill
like
Murray
Bill
trying to
Murray's
get puss.
character, yeah, he was like trying to get puss, and he'd be like, I'd only shock the guys,
Yeah.
like when
but
it's
yeah,
like, and Sigourney Weaver, I'm like, huh? Where?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
yeah,
He
it's
marked the
cute.
cards. I was trying to figure out where did he mark the card.
Yeah, I know, but like I think the really cute thing was it ended with, you know how in credits, right? It goes and blah 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 because it's usually the it's either the biggest person or the second biggest person because you always start with, because how they do it in movie posters, and I think what they do in credits now is they always put who is at least the most relevant or biggest character, and then they always do the most famous person at the end. And then so when Sigourney Weaver showed up, we were like, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, huh? Where?
Sigourney
Oh.
Weaver, and then the next scene pops up, and I was like, oh, cute.
No, going
Love
back a bit,
it.
the scene where the trio reunite, like, damn if the ending didn't get me hard with the feels. Like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Like I think in the end, like I was crying consistently. Like it was already pretty, like I was already kind of tearing up seeing like Dan Aykroyd, then he was in the original call, and I was like, I guess like that's all we're gonna get from the original. But then them actually showing up and talking and quipping and doing all the things, I was like, shucks. Like like I don't know about you guys, but I think I know. um we all have a friend who was very obsessed
Yes,
with the
yes.
Ghostbusters and is the reason a lot of us have connections with the Ghostbusters in the first place.
Yep.
And I'll forever be thankful for that. But I was just like, shoot, you know, like seeing when you would see the clips of them watching what should be YouTube clips of them in 1984, the ghost attacks in New York City, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then getting to see them like so much older, and I was like, shucks. Even now, I'm like kind of tearing up because it just feels like, you know, it feels like a better successor to the original, you know. It feels like a really nice, yeah, we're getting it. Even if it's again nostalgia bait, cash grab, it was still cute to see. And I was like, dang, they really got me. I'm a sucker. I'm the sucker. I'm the sucker who fell for it.
I love the scene where Venkman's trying to tell the ghost or like distract the ghost from Winston's attempt to put it back into a trance.
Yeah, he's like,
It could have been some-
he's like, I tried. Yeah, but I think the best part was when all four of them, I don't know who they got for Harold Ramis' like,
yeah, Harold
God.
Ramis is like for sure it was they kind of Paul Walkered it, like
yeah, they Paul Walker did,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, they put a little bit of CG, and since he was a ghost there's a little bit of a haze, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't
it's a
really
little,
see the uncanny valley of like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
but it was still a really cute thing to see, and I was like, sheesh.
And it's so nice to see the trio being like, oh, we're happy to be back. And like the reaction when they light up their proton packs, you see Bill Murray's and Ernie Hudgens' face like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I miss
No.
this sound. Ernie Hudgens was like, I miss this sound.
Have you seen
Yeah.
how much great shape Ernie Hudson's in? He was in Arrow once. I'm like, god damn, your arms are massive.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
really
okay.
like,
Holy shit!
no, you need
the
to like Google him right now.
I
He looks
did.
great for 76 years old. He looks great. He looks like he's only in at least his 50s. 50s. I would have clocked him in at 50 years
Okay,
old.
yeah. Not gonna lie. When I saw him standing beside Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, I was like, he looks way younger compared to these white.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was like, black really don't crack.
No, they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, he's like,
I was like-
the father of some character from Arrow. I'm like, you look all make all of them look like they're small people. Ernie Hudson.
His arms are huge. The fuck, the size of
He's
my
a-
head.
He's really doing well for himself, and I'm very happy for that.
Though
But
when,
like,
when Gozer uncrossed the streams, I'm like, you can do that?
do that? Yeah, he was like, she's not crossing the streams. Yes,
the last
because
bit of film
Huh?
is like a great example of like, you don't need words to convey emotion. You
yeah,
said-
exactly.
And I love it that this movie was more like figuring it out how we're gonna capture these ghosts or figuring out what's happening to this town, and it wasn't a lot of action sequences here except for that car chase.
Yeah, the car
And
chase. I
that
think
was
it's the
pretty
only
much it.
major one.
Yeah. And I love seeing the Ecto one drifting. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah, the
right.
driving. It's really sick.
I knew
right?
you would like that, like Jumperson like this.
Yeah.
and it sounds good. I was like, I don't think I've seen the Ecto one do this before.
Yeah, no. Because again, they were in New York. Like, who's gonna be drifting in New York of all
Right.
places?
Good
Not
point.
exactly the place to have a high impact car chase scene.
Well, don't challenge Fast and Furious right now.
Oh shoot. Well,
Though seeing Carrie Coon's reaction to her dad and seeing Dan Aykroyd's reaction, like those kind of kills me. I'm like, God damn it.
yeah,
what
I
did
was like
make me
crying.
do?
I was crying so hard because, especially like, oh my god, like it just felt. Again, it just felt more genuine. Like, it was clear that for as much of the bad stuff that I've been saying about it, that it could be, that it probably is, it still had heart.
Yeah.
It really still had heart. Like, and I appreciate that. I feel like, you know, it knew what it was, and it didn't try to make it. It was a little more serious though. It was a lot less comedy, I feel.
Yeah.
It was a little like it gave me a little bit of like Scooby-Doo vibes of like, oh, you know, we're the young kids trying to figure out what's going on, you
Yeah.
know, and like, you know, but we have an adult with us who is technically liable because that's what Paul Rudd says, right? He's like, she's like, you're an adult, and he's like, but I'm liable.
This is what I'm thinking though. Is just like with Paul Rudd's character, because I really thought Paul Rudd was gonna be part of the Ghostbusters. Like he was gonna be with the kids. Like he's the adult, but he also has like the jumpsuit. Yeah, the proton pack and the jumpsuit on. And he's gonna be with them. No, he was what's the name of the other dog?
Vince.
The Keymaster.
Vince.
What?
Yeah, Keymaster, but his name's Vince.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they're gonna continue this, because you know Paul Rudd doesn't like his job. All he does is just puts like a horror, like a 90s to 80s horror movie in front of some kids, while he does whatever he's doing. I feel like he's gonna be part of this second movie, like
What's
as
Cujo?
an actual
Like,
Ghostbuster.
okay. Well, we're watching Cujo.
I was about to say.
Minors.
I do like it. They put up Chucky and like Child's Play and like
Again, what
Cujo. I
movie?
wanted to see more like of his movies. I was like, this is kind of a cool teacher.
Final Destination, the one with the truck.
Yeah,
Oh my
Oh,
god! Okay,
Lordy.
I don't want to see that.
yeah, same.
But yeah, it,
Anyway.
it really pulls on the heartstrings, especially if you know the history between Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. The fact that they didn't speak to each other for years until Ramis was dying, and they became friends again.
Yeah, and it kind of they kind of reflected it here because like yeah, in this movie the plot is that Ramus, Egon, runs away from the group because he predicted this like catastrophe that's about to happen, and he's gonna try to protect people as much as he could, and he kind of stole from the Ghostbusters, you know,
Yeah.
and made them broke. I mean, a little bit of a dick move. You could have left like maybe one proton pack, but no, he took everything, and then yeah, and at that point, the Ghostbusters were kind of like going downhill because there was not much ghost anymore. Because as
Apparently,
Bill Murray said that we kind of did our job too well. Yeah.
which I find unusual. I'm like, are you sure there's no other ghosts from like the American Revolution? You sure?
People die every day, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, yeah, it goes back to New York, and that's where we hear the iconic theme for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just, my heart, of course. And it's just like, of course, the biggest like goosebumps. And I don't know, at the end of the day, I felt satisfied. And I think that was the best thing that could come out of it. Yes, of course, the better thing that could come out of it was what could have been, admittedly, a more cohesive, not a cohesive plot, sorry, a more, or a less predictable one, at least. Like one that isn't just clearly riding off the coattails of the last Ghost, you know, maybe I thought it was going to be a new threat, not like, you know, 1980s threat or whatever, you know, better developed characters.
Wait, what new threat?
And yeah, like, no, what I was saying
Like,
is
they
what
just,
I
they
wanted
just
it
fight
to...
ghosts, though.
What?
They just fight ghosts, though. What do you mean new threat?
a new threat, like a new ghost.
Like
That's
a
not
new-
a ghost
like
from,
a new bad
from
guy.
1980.
Oh,
What do you think?
Yeah,
no,
like a
so-
new
oh,
bad
okay.
guy.
It's like,
No, not a backup dancer from a David Bowie music video.
No, like, new threat. What do you want? Aliens?
No, I'm
No,
not.
no,
What I mean,
I was like a new ghost.
different-
Oh, okay.
A new ghost. What else are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
It's called Ghostbusters.
Well, you said new threat. I thought you meant other than ghosts. I'm like, huh?
Why would it be a ghost? Why wouldn't it be a ghost?
No, the way you said it, I'm like, huh? Well, anyway, but yeah.
That sounds like a you problem, bro.
Yeah, this is a you
That
problem.
sounds like a you problem.
I will
I admit that I fucked up names.
If Jomar got the fact that Jomar got it in you. Anyway,
Yeah, I see your
I
point,
would have
though.
thought that we would have done something different, you know, like at least a different ghost, again, more developed characters, you know, a plot that didn't just seem, yes. I mean, the kind of the twist, the only twist part of that whole thing was, oh, you know, Harold Ramis's character was here the whole time because, no, we knew that. We knew that. We knew he was there for a reason. Anyway, but yeah, that's it, you know, but other than that, it did its job. It was nostalgia bait. It was what is probably a cash grab. But I don't care. They did a pretty good job with it. It was a much better cash grab than most other cash grabs. Take a
That's
shot every time I
true.
say cash grab. So it is a better cash grab than most. So
Well, that's
I
already
don't
6
care.
shots right there.
Yeah. Probably die.
Matrix Resurrections. Anyway, what?
Yeah. What did you say?
We don't know
Yeah.
that. I didn't watch it.
Good.
Anyway.
You don't need.
Good, you don't need to.
Rest in peace. So, but you get what I mean, right? It is a better one than most.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
like for the,
It's a little bit more subtle and a little bit more faithful.
yeah, it's a little more
compared
faithful, and it has the heart. You can see the heart all throughout. You see the love. That's all that matters. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. Your guys' turn before we get on to ratings, or unless you want my rating right after that.
I think this is the closest it comes to catching lightning in a bottle twice. Because like the second
okay.
one didn't really do it, and 2016 one definitely.
Or
did.
part God for sure that didn't do it.
Like it was raising the
But
bottle up, and then the lightning struck in another stage. You're like, you're not even close.
Okay.
You're not
the
even-
thing, the thing is, what I was expecting from this movie was it to be a little bit better to the original, but of course, it didn't do its job. But then again, I can't, give it that. Again, Ghostbusters is lightning in a bottle, and here they kind of almost got it.
Yeah,
I would say.
makes sense because it's its son directing it this time. Jason.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was done with my statement.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. No, but I feel like they knew rather than because when it comes to things like reboots and things like this, I feel rather like people have to get into the mindset that it's not about emulating the same glory of the original, but rather creating something out of the said original, like something just if not just as good, at least something that gives heart, that expands the universe in a way that we would not have gotten otherwise. And so I think that's why I'm quite surprised it did a better job than I was expecting. I was expecting it not to be fun. Honestly, I was kind of like, I thought I was gonna be bored. I was gonna be like, what's this?
Same here.
But no, I was thoroughly entertained. Every actor carried their weight, everyone it was pleasing to watch. So I was like, not bad for nostalgia bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's copy paste, but like maybe the rest of the movie was like, this is very unique. This is kind of like new to see. Yeah, it's kids. It's
It's a
Stranger
2020.
Things.
It's a 2021 It's a
Yeah,
2021 world.
It's Stranger Things again, but Ghostbusters.
But with more
by
ghosts.
but with more
More
ghosts.
ghosts.
But by the end, it did feel cut and paste.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
I
can I
agree.
copy your homework? Yeah, sure. Just don't make it too obvious. And this is kind of too obvious.
Yeah, but it does what it needed to do. But Enzo,
Like the plagiarism scores like 8. You're like,
yeah, close enough. It's not 100. That's what matters. As long as it's not 100.
Yeah, ratings.
Yeah.
I think I had mine since I was finished because I had to really think about it. I would give it a 7. But if I were to rate, if it was not nostalgia bait, if it was completely original and they did that, I would have given it like a 5 or a 4. So the 7, the only reason I'm bumping it up 2 points is because again, it is a much better cash grab than most cash grabs, and the nostalgia bait is a bit better than most nostalgia baits because it's not, it did the job, it has the heart. I don't hate it. I don't, but does it deserve anything higher than a 7? Maybe not. No, and actually 7 is freaking generous. Like, if I was talking from a point of view of someone who dissected the plot, who looked into the themes, and you guys know that I do that, looked into the themes, looked into the way the characters
you had more
were
research
always
done.
together. You
I
know,
was
like,
very surprised.
I of all people, just, it's a turn, for me, it's a turn off your brain and just let it go, you know?
Yeah.
Don't need to think too much into it. Just enjoy it. If you have any connection to the original, don't even think about it. Just enjoy it for what it is.
She would have killed it harder than she kills us in DVD, drummer.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'd also have help. I wouldn't have had help. I don't need to do that. I don't need help for that.
Alright. No, but for me, I'm giving it a 6.5. I'm giving it a little bit of 6.5 because I don't know. This one kind of, as what Nina said, where other movies try to nostalgia bait us, and this one kind of did it in a more subtle and more digestible way instead of like shoving it in our face, like, "Hey, remember this?" And like, it did it sometimes here,
Like the last 15 minutes and the first 5.
Yeah, it's like, look at the trap. And I'm like, okay. But other than that, story here was actually pretty decent. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was watchable. It's not 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I need some help with that one.
Yeah, and this doesn't feel. I'm okay. It's a little bit what would you say?
Corporate?
Yeah,
corporate. Yeah. Like, sorry, the word escaped me. This does feel a little bit corporate, but not as much as the old one. And I'm talking about 2016. Other than that, this movie's amazing. Sure, the character development's not here, but it does set up for a sequel, and that's what I'm waiting for. And hopefully, Paul Rudd, brings up the next generation Ghostbusters, and I would love to see that.
Yeah, for my money, I'll give this a 7. I thought the characters were good, the story was pretty good, and the effects are pretty amazing. I think, again, they'll last longer than most special effects of a lot of modern movies, like as Joma pointed out, Jurassic World. I do like the fact that they, for the most part, kind of told their own tale until like the very end. It's like, here you go, here's what you've been waiting for. As you two pointed out, it's much better than 2 and definitely much more better than 2016. And like, I like the fact that they kept it more simple than 2016, because like they're still blasting ghosts. Unlike in 2016, like Melissa McCarthy's like Superman punching the ghost, I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, we also get a revamp of Slimer, which is Muncher.
Yeah. This is a good movie. Like, if you watch it directly after the original, you're gonna have a pretty good time. Sounds good, but like, it's worth the journey. And like, if this does set up for a sequel, I can't wait. I'm excited.
I will never say no to a movie that has Paul Rudd in it.
Same here.
Like, Paul Rudd just plays himself. Honestly,
Yeah.
in that
It's like-
movie, in Ant-Man, just plays himself.
It's kind of like, like Paul Rudd and Ryan Reynolds. If ever they're in a movie, they just play themselves.
Right.
Yeah, they just play themselves.
And it
Yeah,
works.
and it works. Yeah, exactly. Ryan Reynolds is also like peak, like has an like grew up ugly personality of someone who grew up ugly but became hot.
Can you
But of
imagine?
course-
Grew up ugly, but has an amazing personality, kind of deal.
Yeah,
Could you
yeah,
imagine
exactly.
him?
No, because they, the joke, right? Like, hot people who were hot like ever since they were young never had to develop a personality because they were hot. But it's the ugly people who had humor. Like, it's that kind of joke. So yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Can you imagine him in a Ghostbusters movie? That'd be wild.
Ryan
I would
Reynolds?
fucking love it, please.
Yes.
I would love it. Paul Rudd and Ryan Reynolds as two Ghostbusters.
Honestly, they need to. They need to like team
This
up
shit would
or
be so
something. They have.
fucking
They
funny.
have. They have a great. They have great chemistry.
I feel like they'll be trying to one up each other though.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a great plot, like a Paul
Yeah.
Rudd and a Ryan Reynolds type one-upping. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I think our movie review has gone long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
That's been our video
Take it
on Ghostbusters Afterlife. What do you guys think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Please be cool in the comments. Comment down below. You can find us at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. We also stream video games there. We also react to trailers. We might be reacting to a Marvel trailer very soon. But individually, you can find me at Yandalphus1995 on Instagram and on Twitter. How about you guys?
You can find me at JohnGeom on Instagram. It is my art account. Where can they find you, Nina?
you can find me Nina on Instagram and Twitch. That's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead. So take it away. Take it away. Sorry, I was trying to think of. I was like, am I gonna say something? I was like, nah, let's go.
Well, as
Anyway,
you
I was
mentioned,
like,
if you want to see us get murdered horribly by Nina and other people,
yeah, there you go. DVD. Watch us on.
Yeah.
Watch us in. Probably Enzo will link it down below. We are
Yeah.
in a really funny DVD compilation.
No, she's just throwing knives at me left and right. God damn it!
Video edit
Yes.
is so funny, hilarious.
Yes.
I killed them. They killed me. It is, but you know.
You took it personal. You're the one who took it personal.
No, it's not called personally. It's called being salty.
Yeah, she wanted
It's
to.
called being salty.
I'm gonna kill every
That's
one
not
of you.
personal. That's just salt.
I'm gonna kill you. You're never invited to Valorant. We're like, okay, Jesus Christ, I'm scared.
Never. No, but like Andrew's top tier. Never. Hey, I have more integrity than Chris. Chris wanted me to kill him after helping me out. Anyway, you'll get to know who those names are if you watch that video.
Yeah.
Take it
Yes.
away, Enzo.
Anyway, that's all
End
the,
it. It's okay.
all the time we have. Please continue to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated if you can. And that's it for now, folks. Goodbye.
Bye.